It's taking cynicism to a whole different level. What the Qataris have been doing for many years is building this forum, and I don't know how much money it cost them to pay for all of the different high-value people who came, but it wasn't cheap. I'm sure they paid a lot in order to have journalists and opinion makers and other people there. And I think that it looks as if they achieved their objective. Their objective is to delegitimize Israel. Their objective is to bolster their own standing as a kingmaker and regional power maker. And I think that if you look at the people who participated in the agenda here, lots of Arabs, several Palestinians, some of the more fringe parts of Palestinian society, some less, not a single Israeli. And Israel's voice isn't represented here, and everything here is very much along the lines of Muslim Brotherhood, anti-Israeli, and unfortunately a lot of Westerners who are there as either useful idiots or willful participants in this quest against Israel. And I can only regret that Israel, in this current situation, doesn't have the tools to combat, doesn't have the diplomatic alliances and strength and credit to actually fight back better, and that we are causal, we are only responding to events that are being shaped outside of Israel, and they're hostile to us. Two important points. We can see the slide here. We can see that the narrative of what Hamas wants the international peacekeeping force to be is a peacekeeping policing force, not peace enforcement. No talk about disarmament, and that's something that Hamas spoke about a month and a half ago. Now both the Turkish and the Egyptian foreign minister are echoing those points, and that is very worrying because at the end of the day, if Hamas isn't disarmed, all of this deal, the only thing that it will have achieved is the return of Israeli hostages. And that's no small thing, but that is not what Israel went to war for. And if we are left with that, I think that the clock is ticking for us to go back to war, and a conference like this is not a good sign for what it means in reality for Gazans and for Israelis.
What do you mean by the clock is ticking to go back to war? What kind of timeframes are you looking at?
I mean, to me, it's obvious that where reality is going now isn't towards anything that is acceptable for Israel. We're not getting a complete defeat and dismantling of Hamas. We're not getting a de-radicalization of the Gaza Strip. And there's different diplomatic flexibilities that are being used in order to leave Hamas in power and then pave the way to a Palestinian state. That isn't something that Israel, whatever government we'll have, will be able to allow and agree to. And the only options that Israel will have will be to either take something that will fall far short of what we decided to go to war for, or to change it by using force. And I think every day that goes by and we don't see an international stabilization force, and we see the constant slide in what that force is supposed to be doing, and every day Hamas uses in order to strengthen their control, means that we are moving closer towards going back to fighting, because at the end of the day, Hamas needs to be dismantled.